When we approach the New Testament book of Revelation, there are many, many things that have come before it that have shaped the philosophy and also the content of the book that John leaves us. There actually are only two books that we can identify, and we'll give a definition for apocalyptic material, is the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel, that have all the qualities of that. It's we have a definition that we usually use for that. It's a revelation given by God through a mediator to a seer, and always this has the idea of being able to see things that are in the future. Usually there's something going on. It's during a time of persecution, or there are things that are happening in the world that are troubling people. It's usually presented in visions, and these visions have a lot of symbolism and also numerology. And the major theme always, though, is the triumph of the kingdom of God. And usually at the end of the age, and the triumphal idea is the triumph over the evil things of earth. This is the definition. Many people like Paul Hansen and John Collins and others stop short of some of these, and but it must have this idea of symbolism and numerology to be considered, I think, apocalyptic. So we only have two books that have that sort of writing, and that begins in the 7th chapter of Daniel, and like we said, all of Revelation. Apocalyptic has its origin in Daniel. I believe that it is the first that we see. Some will say First Enoch is older in apocalyptic, but most people who do that date Daniel very late into the Maccabean era. If you give Daniel an earlier date for all the composition coming together, maybe 350 BC, for everything being done, then he is the first apocalyptic writing that we have. And this is the sort of work that gets copied, if you will, or is used as a pattern for Revelation when John uses it in his work. We know that the antecedent for what Daniel has done, though, is also seen in other prophets as well. Isaiah, very much so. There are some things that even tend a little bit towards this, but primarily it's the eschatology of the Old Testament that is the antecedent to all of this. I want to say that, many people divide these two ideas up. This idea of eschatology they handle as one subject area, and then apocalyptic material as another. But these all converge, and it all comes out of what we know to be the prophecy of ancient Israel.